right back. I promise.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Moana 2, 2024, is the much-anticipated follow-up to the 2016 Disney animated hit, Moana. This American animated musical fantasy adventure continues the journey of Moana, the beloved Polynesian wayfinder, as she embarks on a new series of thrilling explorations and faces fresh challenges. The sequel promises to build upon the cultural richness of the original film, blending adventure, music, and personal growth, all while staying true to the Polynesian heritage that made the first movie such a worldwide success. Storyline and themes. The storyline of Moana 2 picks up where the original film left off, with Moana embarking on new explorations far beyond the horizon. While specific plot details have been kept under wraps, the narrative will likely follow Moana's continued journey as the chosen wayfinder for her people. The film will tackle deeper themes, including environmental preservation, the importance of cultural identity, and personal growth as Moana matures into a leader. The original movie's mythological elements, such as the gods, creatures, and fantastical challenges rooted in Polynesian mythology, are expected to return, with Moana encountering even more mystical figures and obstacles. Thematic exploration, environmental, preservation. Moana's leadership journey may involve efforts to protect her homeland, reflecting modern-day concerns about ecological sustainability. Personal growth. Moana will likely face new personal challenges that push her to explore her evolving identity and leadership abilities. Cultural exploration. As in the first film, Moana 2 will dive deeper into Polynesian culture, exploring the richness of the traditions, stories, and beliefs of the region. Cast and character performances. Auli'i is set to reprise her iconic role as Moana, bringing back her passionate and heartfelt portrayal of the courageous, adventurous heroine. Fans can expect her performance to further explore Moana's evolution from the young dreamer to a seasoned leader. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is also expected to return as Maui, the demigod who played a central role in the first film. The on-screen chemistry between Crevallo's Moana and Johnson's Maui contributed significantly to the charm of the original movie, and viewers are eager to see how their relationship will develop further in the sequel. In addition to the returning cast, new characters will likely be introduced, each with distinct personalities, challenges, and lessons that help shape Moana's journey. These new additions promise to add depth and excitement to the film's evolving story. Technical aspects. Disney is known for pushing the boundaries of animation, and Moana 2 will continue this tradition with groundbreaking advancements in CGI, water rendering, and character design. The animation team is expected to refine the techniques that made the first Moana visually stunning, particularly the depiction of water, which became almost a character in itself. Water simulation. The original film was praised for its realistic portrayal of the ocean, and in Moana 2, animators will likely enhance this feature even further, making the water effects more dynamic and breathtaking. Landscapes and environments. The lush tropical islands of Polynesia will be meticulously crafted with intricate detail, offering vibrant and breathtaking visuals. The natural environments, from the sparkling ocean to the dense greenery, will be portrayed with even greater realism. Mythological elements. The film's mythological creatures and supernatural elements will blend fantasy and reality, with the EA technical team striving to bring these fantastical elements to life in ways that are both magical and visually immersive. Music and soundtrack. Music played a central role in the success of Moana, and the sequel will once again feature a memorable and emotional soundtrack. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who contributed to the first film's hit songs, is expected to return to craft both catchy tunes and emotionally charged music that will complement the film's narrative. Cultural influence. The music will continue to reflect Polynesian cultural influences, incorporating traditional instruments and vocal arrangements that anchor the soundtrack in the region's musical heritage. New songs. Fans can expect new songs that will likely become as iconic as How Far I'll Go, providing emotional depth and memorable tunes to enhance the film's narrative. Pre-production, filming, and post-production. The pre-production phase of Moana 2 involved extensive planning and research to ensure the story both honors Polynesian culture and delivers a fresh, engaging narrative. Disney is known for its careful and meticulous approach to cultural authenticity, and the creative team has likely collaborated with cultural advisors to ensure respect for the traditions and heritage of Polynesia. Script development. The film underwent several stages of script development, with careful attention to character development and the continuation of Moana's story. Character design. The visual designs of the characters were refined to further enhance their appearance, adding subtle depth and nuance as Moana grows into her role as a leader, animation and voice recording. Once pre-production was complete, animators began crafting the stunning visuals, while voice recording sessions took place with Auli'i and other returning cast members, ensuring the emotional integrity of the performances. Post-production. The post-production phase focused on editing, sound design, and visual effects to ensure that every scene and musical number flowed seamlessly, offering the audience an immersive experience, budget, and box office expectations. Although Disney has not officially disclosed the budget for Moana 2, it is speculated that the film's budget will be significantly higher than the original's $50 million. The advanced animation techniques, larger production scale, and expanded scope of the sequel are expected to contribute to a larger investment. Box office predictions. The original Moana was a massive success, grossing over $690 million worldwide. Given the established fan base and the high anticipation surrounding the sequel, Moana 2 is expected to surpass these numbers. Early projections suggest that the film could gross over $800 million, depending on its global reception, marketing, and distribution strategies. Merchandise. In addition to ticket sales, merchandise is expected to play a significant role in the film's revenue, as Disney's expansive product line based on Moana continues to be popular among fans. Platform availability and streaming release. Moana 2 is expected to receive a major theatrical release worldwide before becoming available on digital platforms. Disney's partnership with its own streaming service, Disney Plus, means that the film will likely be available for streaming on the platform shortly after its theatrical run. Digital purchase. Fans will likely be able to purchase the film on platforms like Amazon Prime Video and Google Play before it arrives for streaming on Disney Plus, satellite and TV release. After its home media and streaming release, Moana 2 could eventually air on Disney's family of networks, including ABC and Disney Channel. Review and story insight. The sequel to Moana has generated significant anticipation, with fans eager to see if the film will match the emotional resonance and excitement of the original. Early feedback from insiders suggests that the story is engaging, with a strong focus on Moana's personal growth and self-discovery. The sequel will see her facing new trials that test her leadership abilities and her connection to her cultural roots. Character development. Moana's journey will center on her growth as a leader, as she confronts challenges that force her to deepen her understanding of herself and her responsibilities. Tone. The film is expected to balance heartwarming moments with adventurous sequences, ensuring that it resonates with both children and adults alike. Conclusion. Moana 2 is shaping up to be a thrilling continuation of a beloved Disney classic. With its powerful storytelling, stunning animation, Memorable characters and rich cultural influences, it has all the elements needed to be a massive hit. Fans of the first film will be eager to embark on another adventure with Moana as she continues to inspire audiences with her courage, determination, and sense of adventure. This sequel promises to deliver an unforgettable cinematic experience that will captivate viewers of all ages. The technical aspects of Moana 2, 2024. The technical elements of Moana 2 play an integral role in creating the immersive, visually stunning world that will captivate audiences. With advancements in animation, visual effects, sound design, and character development, the sequel promises to push the boundaries of what was achieved in the first film. Here's a detailed look at how the technical team will work to bring the enchanting world of Moana 2 to life. Realistic vegetation, volcanic landscapes, and weather effects. The visual landscapes in Moana 2 will continue to showcase Disney's dedication to natural beauty and environmental realism. From lush forests to towering volcanoes, the film will feature intricately designed vegetation and dynamic weather effects. Animators will enhance the depiction of these natural environments, ensuring that every tree, plant, and volcanic feature is rendered with realistic detail. Volcanic landscapes, volcanic eruptions, and flowing lava will add a dramatic intensity to key sequences. These elements will not only add visual grandeur, but will also help push the story forward, creating high-stakes moments. Weather effects. From gentle breezes to massive storms, weather effects will play a central role in shaping the mood of the film. The interplay of rain, wind, and sunlight will enhance the emotional weight of scenes, especially during more tense moments. Enhanced character design and animation. In Moana 2, the characters will be designed with even greater attention to detail, focusing on enhancing both their physical appearance and emotional depth. New advancements in animation technology will allow the animators to capture subtler expressions, more fluid movements, and lifelike interactions between characters. Facial expressions and body language. The animation team will utilize advanced rigging and texturing techniques to make the characters' facial expressions and body language more nuanced. This will help convey deeper emotions, making Moana, Maui, and the new characters feel even more alive and relatable. Cultural authenticity. The characters' costumes, tattoos, and ceremonial symbols will be carefully designed to reflect Polynesian heritage with absolute precision, ensuring cultural accuracy and respect for the traditions they represent. Water rendering technology. One of the standout features of the original Moana was its groundbreaking water rendering, and Moana 2 will take this technology even further. Water will remain a critical visual and narrative element in the sequel, with animators leveraging new physics-based water simulations to create even more dynamic and lifelike ocean scenes. Realistic water interactions. Whether it's crashing waves, calm lagoons, or stormy seas, the water will interact with characters and the environment in a way that feels authentic. Water physics will respond to every motion, creating stunning effects where the ocean becomes a character in its own right. Light and reflection. The reflective surfaces of the water will be enhanced to interact with light in real time, capturing the beauty of various times of day, such as glowing sunrises, dramatic sunsets, and moonlit nights. Lighting and color. Grading lighting will play a crucial role in setting the tone for Moana 2. Disney's animation team will use sophisticated lighting techniques to ensure that every scene has a rich, dynamic look that accentuates the vibrant tropical environments and emotional beats. Global illumination. Using global illumination technology, the team will create seamless transitions of natural light. This technique will help replicate the subtleties of daylight as it changes across scenes, enriching the visual experience. Color palette. The color grading will be integral to the film's atmosphere, with bright tropical hues used for island scenes and deep blues for the ocean. These contrasting colors will help maintain a balance between the grounded reality of Moana's world and the fantastical, magical elements of the story. Visual effects and mythological elements. Moana 2 will rely heavily on visual effects to bring the film's mythological creatures, gods, and supernatural elements to life. These visual effects will not only enhance the magic of the film, but also provide the grandeur needed for pivotal, larger-than-life moments. Magical creatures and gods. Expect to see majestic visual sequences where ancient gods or mythical beings interact with the world around them. These magical elements will require complex visual effects, blending the natural world with fantasy in a seamless, immersive manner. Nature as a character. Natural phenomena, from winds to volcanoes, will serve the narrative and add emotional weight to the film. The visual effects team will work to ensure that nature's power is depicted as both awe-inspiring and threatening. Improved character animation with motion capture, while traditional keyframe animation will remain the backbone of character move. Complex action sequences. Motion capture can also be utilized to record intricate choreography, allowing for a smoother integration of character movements with the dynamic action on screen. Sound design and audio effects. Sound design will be just as important as visuals in immersing viewers in the world of Moana 2. The team will work to create a rich auditory landscape that complements the visual elements. Environmental sound. The sounds of the ocean, wildlife, and mythical creatures will be intricately woven into the film's audio, helping to establish the mood of every scene. Advanced techniques like 3D spatial sound could be used to add depth, so viewers feel the intensity of the storm or the serenity of a calm lagoon. Collaboration with music. Sound effects will work in tandem with the musical score, creating a cohesive auditory experience. The sound design will seamlessly blend with the music, ensuring the auditory landscape enhances the emotional tone of each moment. Music integration with animation. The integration of music and animation will be one of the standout features of Moana 2. Music will not only enhance the emotional storytelling, but will also be tightly interwoven with the visuals. Visual synchronization. Musical numbers will likely feature synchronized animations that align with the rhythms and moods of the songs. For example, the ocean may react to the music during a character's song, creating a dynamic and visual connection between sound and the environment. Symbolism. Visual metaphors may be used to support the song lyrics, allowing the music to not only tell the story, but also reflect deeper meanings in the film. Cultural representation and research cultural authenticity remains paramount in Moana 2. Just like the first film, Moana 2 will undergo extensive research into Polynesian culture, mythology, and traditions to ensure that every detail accurately reflects the heritage that inspired it. Consultation with experts. The creative team will collaborate closely with cultural experts and historians to guarantee that Polynesian art, architecture, and symbols are authentically represented. Whether it's the clothing Moana wears, the intricate designs on Maui's tattoos, or the carvings on the boats, every detail will have cultural significance. Respect for heritage. This level of attention to detail ensures that the film does not only entertain, but also honors the rich cultural history of Polynesia. Virtual production and rendering technologies. As Disney continues to invest in advanced virtual production tools, Moana 2 may utilize cutting-edge technologies typically used in live-action films, such as virtual sets and rendering pipelines. These tools allow directors to visualize scenes in a virtual environment, making it easier to plan camera angles, lighting, and action sequences. Pre-visualization tools. Directors and animators can use virtual reality to map out animated sequences in 3D, allowing for more efficient planning and execution of complex scenes. Enhanced cinematic feel. This use of virtual production tools will give Moana 2 an even more cinematic feel, blurring the lines between animation and live-action techniques. Editing and post-production. The editing and post-production phases will be critical in ensuring that Moana 2 flows smoothly, transitioning between action-packed sequences and more emotionally charged moments. Seamless transitions. Editors will use advanced techniques like cross-dissolves and split screens to maintain the pace and tone of the story. These transitions will enhance the emotional impact of the film. Visual effects rendering. The complexity of water, environmental, and character animations will require intensive rendering, making post-production a time-consuming and labor-intensive process. However, these efforts will result in a polished and visually cohesive final product. Conclusion. The technical aspects of Moana 2 represent a marriage of cutting-edge technology, cultural sensitivity, and creative vision. Through advancements in animation, motion capture, sound design, and visual effects, the team behind the sequel is poised to create a breathtaking and immersive experience that will captivate audiences worldwide. The attention to detail in character design, water simulation, cultural authenticity, and virtual production techniques will set a new standard for animated films and ensure that Moana 2 is both visually stunning and narratively enriching. The Making of Moana 2, 2024. Merging cutting-edge animation with traditional storytelling. Moana 2 combines state-of-the-art animation technology with the timeless art of traditional storytelling. Disney has invested heavily in pushing the boundaries of animated filmmaking through advancements in rendering, motion capture, visual effects, and sound design. These efforts will elevate the sequel to not only match, but potentially surpass the original film in scope and execution. Every frame of Moana 2 is expected to be a visual spectacle, pushing the limits of realism, cultural representation, and fantastical adventure. Pre-production. Laying the foundation. The pre-production phase of Moana 2 was vital in setting the groundwork for a film that remains faithful to its predecessor while introducing fresh, exciting content. The early stages of development focused on creating a narrative that honored the original themes while expanding Moana's world. Script development. The story and script development process began with writers collaborating closely with Disney's creative team. The goal was to craft a narrative that explored themes of adventure, cultural identity, and personal growth, while introducing new challenges and supporting characters for Moana. The story team worked hard to integrate feedback from Polynesian cultural experts, ensuring that the cultural elements and mythology were depicted with authenticity, just as they were in the first film. Concept, art, and character design. The art department played a pivotal role in shaping the film's visual identity. Extensive concept art was created, including character designs, environmental sketches, and key visuals that defined the look and feel of the film. Characters like Moana and Maui were redesigned to reflect the passage of time, with subtle updates that captured their evolution since the original film. The introduction of new characters and mythical creatures required innovative design work to ensure they seamlessly fit within the established world of Moana. Cultural consultation. Cultural consultation remained a cornerstone of Moana 2. Disney worked closely with Polynesian cultural advisors and historians to ensure the film stayed true to its cultural roots. This involved not only the design of costumes, settings, and rituals, but also the incorporation of Polynesian language elements, further enriching the authenticity of the film. The filmmakers worked to avoid cultural misrepresentation, ensuring every detail, from Moana's wardrobe to Maui's tattoos, accurately reflected Polynesian heritage. Voice casting and recording. Voice casting was another critical aspect of pre-production. Auli'i, who voiced Moana in the original film, was confirmed to return as the titular character, as her performance was both critically acclaimed and beloved by fans. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who voiced Maui, was also expected to reprise his role along with new voice actors for fresh characters. The casting team carefully selected actors who could bring depth and new dimensions to the expanding universe. Some voice recording likely began during the later stages of pre-production, with initial animation tests helping to guide performances. Filming, voice recording, and animation. In an animated film like Moana 2, the filming process primarily revolves around voice recording and animation creation. Voice recording. The first step in animation was to capture the voice actors' performances. The actors recorded their lines in sound booths, sometimes performing together to capture the dynamic interactions between characters. For Moana and Maui, this involved not just delivering lines but also conveying emotions, inflections, and tones that aligned with the animated expressions. Multiple takes were likely recorded to ensure the voice performances match the emotional tone and pacing of the scenes. Animatics and storyboarding. Before finalizing the animation, animators created animatics and storyboards to visualize key sequences. Animatics are rough versions of scenes that use simplified animations and voiceovers to give directors a sense of timing, camera angles, and emotional beats. Storyboards provided a detailed reference throughout production, guiding the animation team on how each shot would unfold. Character animation and keyframe animation. Once the voice recordings were complete, the animation team began the meticulous process of character animation. Using keyframe animation, animators carefully crafted each character's movements, facial expressions, and interactions. Advanced rigging and character models were used to fine-tune Moana's expressions, body language, and movements, ensuring that her emotional journey felt genuine and believable. Motion capture for action sequences. While Moana 2 relied on traditional animation techniques for most scenes, motion capture technology was likely employed to enhance specific action sequences. For instance, Maui's superhuman strength and fluid movements would have benefited from motion capture data, providing a realistic sense of weight and momentum. This would enhance the impact of dynamic action scenes, such as fight choreography or dramatic rescues, making them feel more lifelike and immersive. Post-production. Refining the film post-production for Moana 2 is a crucial phase where all elements come together to finalize the film. This phase involves intricate work in visual effects, rendering, sound design, and final editing to ensure a polished final product. Visual effects and final rendering. After the primary animation work was completed, the film entered the rendering phase, where raw animations were turned into high-definition final footage. This involved rendering complex water effects, dynamic lighting, and intricate textures on characters and environments. Given the central role of the ocean in the Moana franchise, the post-production team focused heavily on ensuring that water behaved naturally, responding to changes in weather conditions with lifelike fluidity. Water effects and lighting. Water was an integral element in Moana, and the team worked tirelessly to ensure it was rendered with stunning realism in Moana 2. This included simulating how water interacted with weather changes, from the tranquil calm of lagoons to the violent crashing of waves during storms. The lighting team also focused on creating dynamic lighting effects, from soft sunrise glows to the dramatic shadows cast by towering volcanic landscapes. Sound design and audio effects. The sound design was an essential part of Moana 2, helping to immerse audiences in the vibrant, magical world of the film. The sound team meticulously crafted the audio landscape, from the roar of ocean waves to the rustling of palm trees. Advanced 3D spatial sound techniques likely enhanced the depth and realism of the soundscape, drawing the audience into the heart of the action. The music department collaborated closely with sound designers to ensure that the film's score was seamlessly integrated into the audio environment, elevating emotional moments and adding to the visual spectacle. Conclusion. From pre-production to post-production, Moana 2 represents a delicate balance between cutting-edge animation technology and traditional storytelling. Disney's dedication to advancing rendering, motion capture, and visual effects, alongside its commitment to cultural accuracy and immersive sound design, promises to deliver a film that will not only live up to its predecessor, but potentially surpass it. Through meticulous attention to detail in every phase of production, Moana 2 aims to offer audiences a cinematic experience that is both visually stunning and deeply meaningful. In Moana 2, the mythical elements required intricate visual effects that elevated the fantastical aspects of the story. From magical creatures to the manipulation of natural elements like waves and wind, the visual effects team added complex layers to scenes involving supernatural or otherworldly forces. These effects were seamlessly integrated into the narrative to enhance the sense of wonder and magic that pervades Moana's world, ensuring that the fantasy elements felt consistent with the tone and style of the film. The editing process was critical to maintaining the pacing, tone, and overall structure of the film. Editors worked diligently to refine the flow of the story, ensuring smooth transitions between emotional moments, musical numbers, and action sequences. Timing was crucial, especially when syncing character movements with dialogue, ensuring the animation matched the vocal performances. Editors also ensured that the story beats aligned with Moana's emotional arc, making sure key moments resonated effectively with the audience. Disney's attention to detail, commitment to cultural authenticity, and technical innovation will make Moana 2 a visually stunning and emotionally powerful continuation of Moana's journey. Music played an essential role in Moana 2, enriching the storytelling and enhancing the emotional depth of the film. The soundtrack is expected to blend traditional Polynesian music with contemporary styles, reflecting the themes of adventure, self-discovery, and a deep connection to nature. Given the success of the original Moana soundtrack, Moana 2 will continue in that tradition, featuring a combination of powerful songs and instrumental scores. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who was instrumental in shaping the musical identity of the first film, is likely to return for the sequel. His talent for combining Broadway-style melodies with traditional Polynesian rhythms will help maintain the magic and authenticity of the original film. Miranda's knack for crafting emotionally resonant lyrics and melodies will guide the musical direction of Moana 2, exploring the growth of Moana's character and her journey. Opetaia Fo'ai, a renowned Samoan musician and founder of the band Te Vaka, was a key contributor to the original soundtrack. His deep knowledge of Polynesian music brought authenticity to the score, particularly through traditional instruments and language. If he returns for Moana 2, his involvement will ensure the soundtrack remains deeply rooted in Polynesian heritage, featuring chants, rhythms, and sounds that reflect the film's cultural foundation. Mark Mancina, a seasoned film composer, provided the sweeping orchestral score for the original Moana. His musical contributions seamlessly blended traditional Polynesian sounds with cinematic scoring techniques. For Moana 2, Mancina's return will continue to support the film's musical identity, using orchestral compositions to complement the songs. His score will likely feature a dynamic interplay between Polynesian percussion, strings, and brass, building tension during action scenes and providing serene, lush soundscapes for the island's natural beauty. In addition to returning composers, Moana 2 will feature new songs and musical themes that support the narrative and character development. Just as the original film featured iconic anthems like How Far I'll Go and You're Welcome, the sequel will introduce new songs that further explore Moana's personal growth. These character-driven songs will likely reflect Moana's maturity, her evolving role as a leader, and the new challenges she faces on her journey. The music will continue to be a vital part of the film's emotional storytelling, capturing the highs and lows of Moana's adventure and deepening the audience's connection to the characters and their world. In Moana 2, the music will delve deeper into Moana's evolving connection to her people and the ocean, exploring her internal conflicts and aspirations. The songs will reflect her growth and the challenges she faces in her leadership role, emphasizing her evolving relationship with her identity and heritage. If Maui returns, his musical numbers could explore themes of redemption, reflecting his complex relationship with both humanity and the gods. His songs may also reveal more about his struggle to reconcile his past actions with his desire for personal growth. Cultural and mythological songs will play a significant role, continuing the tradition of celebrating Polynesian navigation and culture, much like We Know the Way did in the first film. Moana 2 will likely feature songs that highlight aspects of Polynesian mythology, traditions, and the deeper spiritual elements of the story. These songs may be performed in native languages, incorporating traditional chants and percussion instruments, like the pahu drums and conch shells, which add authenticity and a rich cultural texture to the soundtrack. These musical moments won't just enrich the narrative, but will also serve as a celebration of Polynesian heritage, emphasizing its importance within the film's world. In keeping with the spirit of the original film, Moana 2 will likely include ensemble songs that feature the voices of Moana's people or the broader Polynesian community. These group numbers will emphasize unity and the collective spirit, reflecting the communal aspects of island life and the tradition of shared storytelling. These moments will bring to life the importance of community in Polynesian culture, echoing the connections between the people and the land, as well as their spiritual ties to the ocean. Traditional Polynesian instruments will remain at the heart of the film's musical identity. The pahu drums, essential to the region's musical heritage, will continue to play a significant role, providing deep, resonant beats that punctuate moments of action or invoke the presence of mythological elements. The sharp, energetic rhythms of the two air drums will further heighten the percussive energy during intense, thunderous drums, powerful brass, and sweeping strings, building tension, excitement, and awe. These compositions will complement the action sequences, making Moana's journey even more thrilling and awe-inspiring. The music department of Moana 2 will deliver a soundtrack that honors Polynesian musical traditions while blending modern and catchy elements. With returning composers like Lin-Manuel Miranda, Opataya Fawai, and Mark Mancina, the film will maintain its cultural authenticity while crafting a universally appealing musical experience. The film's songs, cultural chants, and action-driven scores will be integral to its emotional and storytelling success, creating a soundtrack that will be as iconic and impactful as its predecessor. The cast of Moana 2 will bring beloved characters back to life, as well as introduce new ones, continuing the adventures of Moana and her companions. The performances of the voice cast will be crucial in giving the characters depth and personality, elevating the storytelling. The voice actors are expected to deliver emotionally resonant performances that match the rich visual world created by the animators. Just as the first Moana captivated audiences with its memorable cast and performances, Moana 2 will continue that legacy with characters who feel as real and authentic as ever. Auli'i is set to return as the voice of Moana, the titular character who remains central to the story. Her performance in the original film was praised for its authenticity, emotional depth, and youthful energy. Cravalho's voice, acting perfectly, captured the complexity of Moana, portraying her as a young woman driven by a deep sense of duty to her people, yet also full of curiosity and a desire to explore beyond her island. In Moana 2, Moana is expected to have matured from the teenage girl who set out on her adventure to save her island into a young leader, more experienced and wise. Cravalho will likely bring a more mature, nuanced performance to reflect this growth while still retaining the adventurous spirit that made Moana so compelling in the first film. Her portrayal will likely capture Moana's inner conflicts as she struggles to balance the responsibilities of leadership with her longing for adventure and self-discovery. Emotionally, Carvalho's performance will bring depth to Moana's new challenges, whether they involve facing mythical dangers, navigating personal struggles, or experiencing moments of joy and triumph. Her voice work will need to strike a delicate balance between vulnerability and strength, highlighting Moana's development as she learns to embrace her role as a leader and a young woman. In addition to her voice acting, Carvalho will once again showcase her singing talent in Moana 2. Her vocal performance was crucial in expressing Moana's hopes, fears, and dreams in the original film, particularly in songs like How Far I'll Go. In the sequel, her singing is expected to reflect Moana's continued personal journey, with new songs likely highlighting her resilience, leadership, and deep connection to her people and the ocean. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will likely reprise his role as Maui, the demigod and trickster who helped Moana in the first film. Johnson's portrayal of Maui was a standout in the original, bringing humor, charm, and charisma to the character. His natural comedic timing and larger-than-life personality made Maui one of the most memorable characters in the film. Maui's character arc in Moana saw him evolve from a selfish, arrogant demigod into a more humble and self-aware hero. In Moana 2, Maui's character may continue to grow, facing new challenges that test his sense of responsibility and his loyalty to Moana and her people. Johnson's performance will likely reflect this growth while maintaining the humor and swagger that made Maui so beloved. His portrayal will need to balance the character's comedic aspects with moments of vulnerability, regret, and introspection, especially as Maui confronts larger-than-life challenges. His relationship with Moana will continue to develop, and Johnson will bring the emotional depth required to portray Maui as both a mentor and a friend. Johnson's musical performance in Moana was another highlight, with his song "You're Welcome" becoming an instant hit. In Moana 2, he is expected to perform new songs that continue to blend humor with storytelling, expanding Maui's character arc while retaining his playful and charismatic nature. Moana 2 will almost certainly introduce new characters, both from Moana's community and the mythological world she inhabits. These new characters will require talented voice actors to bring them to life, adding fresh energy and dynamics to the story. It's possible that new Polynesian gods, demigods, or mythical creatures will join Moana on her journey, and these characters will likely be as both a mentor and an equal, challenging her while supporting her growth. The chemistry between Carvalho and Johnson will drive the emotional core of the sequel, with both actors bringing maturity to their characters' relationship. The introduction of new characters will also require the established cast to adjust their performances to fit the new dynamics. Whether these characters are allies or antagonists, the voice cast will need to create compelling interactions that keep the story engaging and emotionally resonant. The interactions between the familiar and new characters will be key to ensuring that the sequel feels fresh while maintaining the charm and heart of the original film. The cast of Moana 2 will play a crucial role in bringing the characters to life through compelling voice performances. The return of Auli'i Carvalho and Dwayne Johnson ensures continuity in Moana and Maui's development, while the potential for new characters, whether allies or antagonists, will introduce fresh energy and dynamics to the story. The range of performances, from comedic to deeply emotional, will reflect the personal growth and adventures of the characters as they face new challenges in the world of Polynesian mythology. Through their voice work, the cast will ensure that Moana 2 delivers the same heart, humor, and magic that made the original film a beloved classic. Given the success of the original Moana in 2016, Moana 2 is set to be a major production with a substantial budget and high box office expectations. Disney, known for its lavish investment in animated films, will likely back Moana 2 with significant financial resources. The film's budget will reflect the continued use of high-quality animation, including intricate water effects, lush island, landscapes, and complex character designs, all of which will require significant investment to maintain the visual standards set by the first film. With its combination of beloved characters, mythological elements, and a proven track record of success, Moana 2 is poised to become another hit for Disney.